Hello, and welcome to the Mama Nevin Knits YouTube channel. My name is Joan, and I am known as Mama Nevin here on YouTube, as well as on Instagram, also on Telegram, and Ravelry, even though I'm never on Ravelry. So, anyway, today is June 22nd. This is episode 77, and when I started writing my notes, it was 70 degrees. Let me see what it is now. 83. So, today is my birthday episode. My birthday is this coming Thursday, and so my kids will be coming over a little bit later, and I think I'm going to get to see my Chippy. So yay, I'm excited. The spinner has been running my life this week. So last week at the end of the show, I spun that I was going to work on my Luke socks. So what I did this week, I didn't work on as many projects, but I worked longer on each project. So the Luke socks had just the cuff done. So I did 4 sections this week, which is, usually I do 1 section. It takes forever. And I'm ready to get these done. So this is a 2. No, is it a 2.25? Yes, it is a 2.25. And then when I get to these middle stitches here, I go up to 2.5 so that they'll pop out a little bit more. And this is 64 stitches, which normally I only do 60, but we'll see, right? Okay. So that was that one. And then I spun and it said, work on your plastic canvas. So I said, well, okay. So when I started, I only had one side that needed to be done, and that was the Christmas tree. So since I finished the Christmas tree, I just decided to go ahead and get the whole thing done. So it is finished. It is finished. So I'm very happy that it's finished, and it's really nice, and I can't wait to put it out in December. Now, in case you're wondering what my next project is going to be with plastic canvas, it's this, because that one was for December. So this is for January. And it looks like a snow globe. The reason why this is January to me is because when I think of January, I think of snow, because that's when it snows up in our mountains a lot. And so the snow globe is because we never get snow here. It's snow down where I live. So, the closest we come is a snow globe. So we'll see if the spinner lets me work on that. We'll have to see what happens there. Okay, moving along. This is going to be a quick one today. So my next spin, I cheated. And I told you I was going to cheat, so I don't feel bad about it. But I cheated and made it do sewing so I could get this bag finished. So this is the prize bag for the Mama Nevin, for Knit with Joan, and it will have this ball of yarn in it. Now, I am still going to make the one with the yellow bottom and the yellow top, because whoever wins may want that one. Oh, wait, let me show you my Mama Nevin label here. So whoever wins may want that one, and if they do, that's great, and I will send them whichever one they want. And so I just really like this bag. I just think it looks really neat. Another person who thinks looks really neat is Liz from Knit Night. So I have told Liz that I would make one for her as well. And she doesn't care what color the top and the bottom is. She's just like, whatever, I'll take whatever you give me. So we'll see. Whichever one doesn't get picked may be the one that Liz gets. We'll see. Okay. But I also have volunteered to make a prize bag for, man, see, you can tell I'm old because my brain's gone, for Shark Week. So I will be working on the shark bag. I know what the theme is, but I think if I tell what the theme is, Anne may hunt me down. So I'm not going to tell what the theme is. And I had to go find some fabric with the theme to go inside. The outside, of course, will be a shark, but the inside will have the theme. And I'm not telling. So there, nanny, nanny. Okay. Now my next spin came up with Steve. And Steve's socks, where were they? It was right here. So I did that much, and I measured, and these are ready for a heel. So the next time I spin and get Steve socks, I'll be putting a heel on these. So go this way, look this way. I just really like these. I think they're very manly. You know, there's not a hint of pink anywhere around them. So I think they'll be perfect for Steve, who is Becca's dad, and he is a pastor. So I think they look very pastoral. Okay, so my next spin was my 10 stitch blanket. Now, because I didn't spin my memory blanket, so there I don't need to go pick a color this week because I still have, here's my color from last week. Here's my color from last week. So I still have that one. So we're waiting to see if the memory blanket gets picked. So far, didn't happen. But the 10 stitch got picked. So I had some left from last week. And then I also added some extras. So when I started this week, let's see, let's turn it around so you can see. I started here. So I started there, made the corner, and I'm there. So we will see. Again, it's kind of fun with the spinner, and then again, it's kind of like, come on, spin something I want to work on. So sometimes we have to cheat, don't we? All right. So that is all I worked on this week. I had to go into the office 3 times, and well, I didn't have to go into the office, but I had to go over there 3 times. And one of them, 2 of them was for my, I don't know if you can see this, for my TB test. Because I work for a very large healthcare organization, I have to have a TB test every year. So, okay, so let's talk about incoming. So I had ordered some stitch stoppers, and I ordered Sophia and Dorothy. Are those the cutest things ever? Isn't that adorable? You too can order Sophia and Dorothy from Let Them Live, and it's Pro-Life Knitter. So if you look on Instagram, you can go into Pro-Life Knitter's link tree, and she has all of these cute little stitch stoppers. Look how cute these are. I just thought those were adorable. Now, I think there's a cat in there. No, maybe not. I can't have a cat because I am very allergic to cats, like really allergic. And it makes my throat start swelling. So I can't have a cat. So all of you pet your kitties for me, okay? And then this one I love. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. You don't even know how many times I say that. So these were really cute. And then Amy gave me this. It is a Friends mini sign. Isn't that cute? She said she wanted to see it in my background here. So I will put that in the background. I think is there 2 of them in here? We'll see. Hold please. This may be crinkly, so I'm sorry if it's too crinkly. Oh no, there's just one. Okay, cool. I don't know what this is for. But anyway, isn't this adorable? So Amy, I got to take the plastic off of this, but I will be putting it right up here so you can see it. But thank you very much, Amy. That was really sweet. And then Amy being a stinker, Amy sent me some of her yarn. And this is Yarn Bee hand-dyed alpaca, which, I mean, this is really pretty. I just don't know if I'll use it because I live in Southern California. I don't need alpaca. So I'm going to hold on to it for just a little bit and see if I can think of something I want to make with it. And if I don't, this may be a future prize. So we'll see. All right, I am moving along here. I did buy 2 fat quarters. Fat quarters are, the reason why they call them fat quarters is it's actually a quarter yard of fabric, but to make it wider, they cut it at the halfway line and then they cut like what you, I'm doing terrible explaining this. But basically what it is it's a quarter yard and you double it to make it a half a yard and then they cut it in half at the top. So it's technically a quarter yard of fabric. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry. All right. I did want to ask a question so you guys can answer me in the comments, please. While I was making my bag, because I've gotten to where I'm just like, oh, I'm Little Miss Tutorial. So what I wanted to know is if you guys would like for me to go through the process of making my bags. That would include what I use as numbers. Whoo, today's not good. The numbers that I would use to make a bag and how big I cut the fabric and that kind of stuff. So if that is something that you would like to see, please let me know and I'll be happy to put that together. Okay. I'm going to put my 25 and 25 up here. And I had 2 finished projects this week. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right. I want to remind everybody that on my Instagram and below, there will be a link for the spreadsheet for all of the cows and mouths that are going on this summer. I have gotten information on a couple of more, and so those are included as well. Just want to remind everybody about Knit with Joan. I'm getting a lot of Knit with Joan information, and I love it so much that you guys are putting that in there and that, you know, I get to see your projects and I'm really, really, really happy about that. So, I don't know if I told you already, I'm going to be a Shark Week sponsor. So, I will be making the bag for Shark Week. I think mine's going to go for the loser category. Whoever doesn't finish and has to rip it out, that's that one of those people will get my bag, which is fine. I talked to you about my TB test. We're having a party here later today. That's the happenings. My kids are all going to come over. We're going to a lot of ums today. Sorry, guys. Again. Father's Day and my birthday is what we're celebrating today. And my son did tell me that he's bringing chips. So I'm excited. Now, I'm going to pause right here to remind myself to stop here because I may have a special guest. We'll have to see if he actually wants to be on my show, but we'll see. Okay, so stop here. So my special guest has arrived.
Hi.
This is my son, Scott. And Scott recently has gotten into embroidery. And do you want to tell everybody why you got into embroidery?
Well, my wife collects a lot of antiques that are vintage embroidery, that have silly phrases and fun pictures and stuff. And I need a creative outlet, so I thought that's inexpensive to do, and it's been easy to pick up. So it was a good idea.
Yeah, and you grew up seeing me always have some kind of needle in my hand.
Yeah,
So
but it's a good inexpensive hobby. It's
yeah.
been so far.
Do you want to show them the next thing you're going to work on over
Yeah,
there?
you got me a kit to attempt here. This thing, which that looks fun. It looks like it's got a bunch of texture
And then
to it.
this one. So I asked him to make one of those for me
Yeah.
so that I could have something in here from him. So
Yeah, that looks like it'll be fun.
yeah.
I love the stuff where English was their second language because it doesn't say like friendly reminder, friendly tips, as opposed to aggressive tips.
Okay, so that's all for now. I just wanted you to meet Scott.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And then when I get my embroidery project, I will show it to all of you.
You better, because it's going to be wonderful.
Bye-bye. Okay, so my show and tell today is going to be spin the wheel. So I've gotten to where I like to do the spin the wheel at the end of the show every week. So this will be my first project I work on this next week. All right. Oh, I get to work on the little baby shoes for the lady I work with. So that is very exciting. I'm very happy about that. I've been wanting to get started on those. So now I have an excuse. Okay, so thank you for coming to visit with me today. I hope that you decide to come back and visit next week. And hopefully my special guest comes over and I can record something with him. And then that will be that. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Well, now, why'd you do that on the spot?
Chips, Jim.